Let's see if it fits. Okay, so I guess I have to wait on that, Mary. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you all. Good to see the cabinet here. When are you getting those stars, General?
Got the first one today, sir.
All right, give her a round of applause. When you get the second star?
As soon as I get you to sign a letter, give me brevity, sir.
Okay.
We'll get that down there next week.
You better be very nice to me. Second star.
How do you like your coffee?
And I want to just just looking at all these great people in the cabinet, but I want to take a second just to mention Colonel Moe. You know, we talk about courage. I mean, here's a man that went through hell, literally, in Hanoi, and how exciting it is that he now can represent the veterans in Ohio, and I got a sense he'll be representing the veterans in the country. Colonel, it's good to see you today. Thank you. We have an appointment, a cabinet appointment to name today, and I think you all by now figured out that Mary Taylor, our Lieutenant Governor, is going to be the Director of the Department of Insurance. And listen, I just want to say that Mary Taylor is wicked smart. I mean, she, you know, CPA, extensive business experience. We wanted to make sure that we put her someplace where she could have a significant impact on business development in our state. And she and I talked a long time about what she would be most comfortable doing. And I'll say, secondly, some may complain, but I don't know how many CEOs in financial services, when Mary walks in the room, she won't get their attention. I bet that'd be a very small number. And Mary's also going to have some people in the Department of Insurance with her who will, you know, be able to speak the language of insurance, although I have no doubt in a very short period of time she will be up to speed and be able to be very impactful. And let me just say a little bit about our insurance industry. It's the 9th largest insurance state by premium volume in the United States and 19th largest in the world. It is a $55 billion industry in Ohio, and the industry generates $435 million in state taxes, and maybe we could figure out a way to lower their taxes and get more jobs and more companies in here. One of the things that we have talked about in financial services is we believe that Ohio has the capability of being a financial services giant. We're going to have to work at it, and I would anticipate that Mary and I, along with Mark Kwame and David Goodman, Wayne Struble, I would envision inviting all the CEOs of the insurance industry to a meeting where we would hear about what it will take to make them stronger. And secondly, what is our strategy for attracting other companies? Now, I don't want to cast any aspersions on any other state other than to say that while we've had a difficult economic period, some of the other states in this country are really having great difficulty, namely the state of California, the state of New York. Mary's job, of course, is she's got a lot to do. She's going to start the CSI, the Common Sense Initiative on Regulation. We believe that her role in insurance, financial services, with the entire cabinet reporting to her, which is the executive order that I've either signed or will sign, all these folks are going to work directly with her. And with the insurance industry, you know, I have been told by people, particularly in property casualty insurance, that in the period of the 90s we were very strong. And then soon after that we started to lose some of our strength. But the ability to rebuild that industry with the jobs that come with it and the excitement that financial services brings is a tremendous opportunity. Now, Mary will not just be involved with insurance, but she'll also be working with David Goodman with our financial institutions. We're going to take a very common sense approach to our financial institutions, imposing more rules, more regulations, more demands on them. We can feel good about it, and we can watch as the moving vans leave the state of Ohio for some place that's more friendly. We are not going to do that. So Mary has a very exciting job. When we talked about it, I said, Mary, insurance is not your old man's insurance. You get a little life insurance and that's the end of it. The insurance industry is a dynamo in this country. And if Ohio can move quickly in the area of insurance, lending institutions, financial services, this is an area where we can be very successful. But we're going to have to work at it. It's not just, hi, we'll have a nice meeting, let's have a cup of coffee, that's the end of it. It's going to take working with them, and they have committed, a number of the insurance executives have committed to helping us to get the right regulatory regimen going, to get the taxes in the right place for this industry, to strengthen the industry that is here. We already have a little bit of sense of one company that might be able to expand here. And then we can, as a group, go out, right, Mary, and go to other states. And we've had a lot of companies leaving this state. Maybe we'll go out and steal a few from theirs. And of course, our first targets will be those people that try to take advantage of us. So we're going to have a lot of fun. So without further ado, I state your name,
Mary Taylor,
promise and swear
promise and swear
to support the Constitution of the United
to
States
support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and to faithfully discharge
and to faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Superintendent of the Department of
of
Insurance.
Superintendent of the Department of Insurance.
This I shall do,
This I shall do,
as I swear unto God.
as I swear unto God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wait a minute, let's make you
Make it official.
as Jim Rhodes would have said, let's make it official.
Official.
Before I turn it over to Mary, I want you to know that I signed here this first executive order. There'll be more coming as legal gets to me on them, but this first executive order does create the Common Sense Initiative and will require the Cabinet to work closely with Mary to systematically repeal those regulations that are a barrier to business and also that lack common sense. And she will be working with this, well, I let her tell you, the small business in the Chamber of Commerce. Mary?
Thank you. Governor Kasich. It's the first time I've said that. It sounds good. I like it. Well, thank you so much. You want me to sit in here?
Yeah, come on.
This will be the last time I get to sit here. I'm going to enjoy it until he kicks me out. It's funny, you mentioned it's not your old man's life insurance. My dad was a life insurance salesman.
There you go.
So I think he's quite happy I'll be regulating the industry. Right, Dad?
Absolutely.
Well, thanks. Today's it's been a great day, and I'm certainly pleased to be appointed to the cabinet and to serve in the capacity as Commissioner of Insurance. John and I have talked for a long time. You heard it all along the campaign trail. You've heard it today, and you'll hear it every day. Because what's important to Ohio? Jobs, bringing jobs to Ohio. And each of us as cabinet directors, what are we doing in our position to create more jobs for our state? Insurance is a major industry in Ohio. It's a very important industry in Ohio. We certainly want to strengthen that which is here and do what we can to attract offices or more insurance companies to our state. John has already told you some of the facts about how important insurance is to Ohio. We have, as he said, it's the fourth largest employer in Ohio, employing more than 100,000 people, and that's not including our insurance agents. It's the 7th highest in the nation, so obviously it's a very important industry to Ohio, and I'm certainly pleased to be able to work for the next 4 years trying to attract more business to the state and create jobs. With reg reform, which is the executive order that was just signed, John and I have had a lot of discussions about regulation reform, what we're going to do in the short term and in the long term. We want to obviously make sure that we have regulation that makes sense in Ohio for our businesses, make sure that we have regulation in Ohio that makes sense for our small businesses who can't always afford these special consultants and the advisors and legal fees and all the like that might go along with trying to comply with some of the onerous regulations that we have in Ohio. We want to make sure that if another state's doing it better, Ohio needs to be better. We need to be the one that businesses across the country are looking at as the leader to come to and expand their business, start their business, and employ our citizens. It is our priority, it is my priority, whether it's regulatory reform or in my capacity in insurance. It will be what I am personally focused on every single day. I look forward to working with all of the cabinet directors as we work together to make Ohio a better state, to do business a better state, to live and raise our families. So thank you very much, Governor Kasich.
Give your dad a hug.
Okay.
Okay. Have you had enough?